I will just give it one more minute. Maybe somebody, I can still see like somebody joining audio. There are some people still joining. 1 minute. I'll just admit them. Okay, I think that's enough time. Let's start. Let me share my screen. 1 second. So people still joining. Okay. Hi everyone. Am I audible? Is it audible for everybody? I mean, anybody have any?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And you're able to see my screen?
No.
Okay. How about now?
Yes.
No, it's visual. No, it's visual.
Okay, great. Just before like going to the exact topic of today's demo, so I just want to 1 minute, guys. Still people are coming. Okay, sorry. So before that, I'm just want to introduce myself, and I just want to cover the training part. What we are going to cover the training in terms of Intune and how it's going to be. So myself, Ram, I have 13 years of experience in IT industry, and most of the experience with SCCM and Intune, like almost 10 plus years of experience. I'm working as a trainer from last 5 years. So I teach both SCCM and Intune specifically. So from L1 level to expert level for the both technologies. Okay. So coming to the what we are going to cover with Intune training in this course content. Maybe I can 1 minute. Sorry. Okay. I'll just stop my sharing for a while, just for a quick minute to admit few more people. Actually. But there are still people coming. You have access to admit them. Amit. People still joining. Okay, let me share my screen back. Okay, so I'll just brief about like what we are going to cover. We are going to cover about like what is Azure AD and how it will be helpful in Intune, and what is Microsoft Intune. So what is the capabilities of Microsoft Intune? Not today's class, I'm saying about the complete course content what we are going to. So we are going to cover about what is Intune, how do you manage different levels, different type of operating systems, as in Android, iOS, Mac OS, so different devices as well, personal devices, corporate devices. How do you control security? How do you control conditional access? How do you control compliance and everything? And also how to deploy an application and manage applications, how to deploy autopilot, and how to remediate few of the real-time issues, as in how device is not coming online after onboarding into Intune. It's not showing as healthy, and some machines are showing as non-compliant, and how do you wipe and retire devices. So all those things we are going to cover about Intune. So yeah, that pretty much overall codes. It's, I mean, we still have few more topics bit advanced, but yeah, once we meet in real time class scenarios, I'm happy to explain what we are going to cover it. Yeah, so just want to start actually what is Intune, and I'm not sure how many of you are from already. Just want to understand from before we start, like how many are you guys actually know Intune or SCCM?
So this is Sashikant. So handling Intune and co-management, handling devices through co-management from Intune, and some of devices I do manage from SCCM.
Okay, so you are doing Intune and SCCM, no problem.
Yes.
Yeah, anyone having already experience sort of like, I have 49 participants as of now.
Hi Ram, this is Side Dinesh, and I'm working with Intune from last 30 months. And right now I'm working as a technical lead for Microsoft Intune.
Understood. Yep. Thank you. Okay. Okay, no problem. So I don't see any other. There's a chart. Yeah.
Hi Ram, this is Abdul Wahid. I have experience on both SCCM and Intune. Apart from Intune, I have worked on a Citrix Zen Mobile.
Okay, no problem. So thanks for your time, guys. Thanks for the confirmation. So why I was asked that question to understand how many people are actually known to this technology and what is this technology, and how do you cope up with these technologies. So that's what it is. So okay, let's go into what is actually Intune. So there are a lot of discussions about, a lot of people actually real-time experience people told me like Intune is a advanced version of SCCM. Intune is a cloud version of SCCM, and these are the things I have heard actually. So but I don't know how many of you agree or not, but I don't agree. If you ask me, there is a relation between Intune and SCCM. There is no relation, to be honest, apart from you use co-management and manage devices. So basically, why we need Intune is a major. Once we understand Intune and why the people are thinking like why it is SCCM and Intune are compared or discussed with a comparison. Okay, why it came. Sorry guys. Okay, so both the technologies. So I'll tell you guys why I'm talking about SCCM and Intune training, because end of the day you need some knowledge of SCCM. I mean, if your environment is co-managed, I'll get into that. Okay, so even I'll get into the comparison of Intune and SCCM also. First, let me just explain what is Intune. Intune is a cloud-based solution from Microsoft to manage devices. Okay, initially it was a mobile devices. That's what Microsoft planned. So that is the reason you see MDM, MAM, so all those things in Intune. Initially it was planned when Intune was piloted by Microsoft, like we are developing a new tool, so we want to release this to market. So they developed it for Windows 8 and 8.1 OS operating system. So that's what their thinking was. So, and given the situation where Windows 8 and 8.1 was not big success, and so they didn't pursue that way, and they had to change this to Windows operating system and other operating systems as well. So that's where the idea actually. So they want to manage, they want to roll out the actual Windows 8 and 8.1 operating system for all the devices. That was Microsoft thought. So every device should use Windows OS. So that's what the plan of Microsoft. So that is the reason when Intune introduced in 2010, early 2009 and 2010. So that's what the idea of Microsoft, to manage mobile devices with Windows 8 and 8.1 operating system devices. So why the idea they want to do manage mobile devices? There was an option with SCCM to manage mobile devices, but that is too complicated process at that point of time. So they have to maintain certificates, they have to install SCCM client, physical client, and so there's compliance coming to picture. You can't track of a user data, whether the internet usage is not great during 2010 and those years. There were a lot of challenges. So that is another reason. So it didn't went through they didn't continue with Windows 8.8 and 8.1, because if you just exclude Asian countries, so the iOS users there are too many users on mobile platform, so that's not covered initially in Intune. That is the reason they came back and they reassess this tool and introduce, okay, we will manage iOS, Mac, and iOS, Mac, Android, and Windows. So to manage what to manage, so they can't, I mean, as on date also Intune cannot manage everything when it comes to device management. So if you take a Windows servers or any server operating system, Windows can't manage. And if you take any non-Windows operating system apart from iOS, Android, and Mac, Intune cannot manage all those things. So there are testings going on and things going on about managing other platforms, but not soon. I mean, that is what it is. So come on, man, how many? Okay, so this is what Intune to manage devices. So what to manage in device? To manage compliance as in how a particular device has to be when it comes to an organization, certain steps to follow, certain conditions to follow. So that is comes under compliant. Security and application deployment or application management, whatever you can say. So Intune contains two major parts. One is MDM and MAM. MDM stands for mobile device management. MAM stands for mobile application management. Okay, so device management. So can't you do all these things for with another tool or any other things? So what are the competitors? Let's say for Intune, can you manage mobile application? Can you manage mobile devices with other things? There are other tools as well. If you don't choose Intune, there are tools as in JMF, a product of Apple, if I'm not wrong, and there is AirWatch, a product of VMware, There is M360, a product of IBM. So these are all our mobile device management tools. We can say competitors of Intune are, let's say, AirWatch is there from long, and Intune is late to market, to be honest. So these are the, you may say competitors, but I'm not going to say that's a competitor, but these are the tools available to manage devices. Okay, and you can use any of these mentioned tools. There are a few more also. So any of you mentioned tool to manage your mobile devices or mobile applications and everything. Okay. So as I said, we can configure policies, security, and all these things for specifically 4 different operating systems: Windows, iOS, Mac, Android. So compared to all these operating systems, managing Android device are bit complicated compared to other devices, and Intune is designed in such a way. It's not like it's complicated. That's how it is. So to manage Android devices, there are a lot of rules and settings to manage Android devices. So it's not as simple as you should just manage iOS device. Yeah, we'll get into there when we actually go for deeper discussions. So what is the differences? How simple to manage iOS? How difficult to manage Android devices? So coming to mobile application management, so you can manage applications, deploy applications, and compliance policies as in applications. You can control security in application and everything. You can do it. So I'll just give some example of application management. So deployment of an application, you can deploy an application. So if it is SCCM people, you can deploy a packaged application. You can upload into your Azure portal and you can actually deploy a package application, or you can deploy an application from a Google Play Store or Apple Play Store. So you can directly deploy an application from internet. So you can deploy an application from Microsoft Store or any other application. You can directly deploy it. So, and managing also, so as in security, as in compliance and everything, you can still manage. Example, let's say you have your Outlook, and you want to, let's say your company Outlook is used in a personal mobile. Let's say you are an employee, you're accessing your company email, Outlook email in your mobile. So when there is an email came and with an attachment, so when you want to download it, or when you want to copy content from that particular email or particular attachment from that email, so you can restrict and or allow and restrict those access as well. So even if you cannot allow any particular person to download a company attachment or an application or a document of a company, so to his personal mobile and access it, to misuse it, to be honest. So that settings, those level of settings, even you can restrict the copy paste of that particular content. Let's say you have your name from an email, you can't copy your name and paste into your let's say a personal notepad. So those level of restrictions also you can excuse me, you can restrict from an application management. So as I said, Intune is a Microsoft product, and it comes with enterprise mobility suite. So which is excuse me guys. So it's part of mobile EMS, so enterprise mobility suite, and which will integrate with Azure AD. So what is Azure AD is it's normal Active Directory, but it doesn't look like or you can't manage in a way or look and feel and everything. It doesn't. There are massive difference between your on-premise Active Directory and Azure Active Directory. So how do you create groups is different. How do you manage groups is different. How do you control different things is completely. There's no group policy in Azure AD, but you have your on-premise group policy and everything. So there's a difference. But it is also to maintain your database of your computers, your users, and your groups, that is also an Azure AD. Without Azure AD, you don't or you can't manage Windows mobile devices or devices for that matter. So by default, when you buy your Intune license, you'll get your Azure AD by default. I mean, not only buy, even for any subscription you take it, there are a lot of subscriptions available to get in Intune. So Intune is part of a normal licensing model, as in enterprise license. Okay, sorry. So normal license, as in isolated Intune license, or you can combinedly have a license of O365. So O365 license included EMS license as well. So there are multiple ways to get a buy EMS or Intune license. So it's just Microsoft doing a good business, if you ask me. So so yeah, that's about what is Intune. So what you can do with Intune is it will be 100% cloud, and you can manage standalone Intune, we call it, if it is 100% cloud. Let's say you have a complete and excuse me, guys. So if you have a complete environment as in cloud, so total your client machine, your infrastructure completely built in cloud, so it's better to go with standalone Intune to manage devices. So instead of SCCM, but that's debatable. So excuse me. Yeah. So you can go with a standalone Intune, we call it as. It's a complete cloud-based solution. There is no co-management, there is no SCCM involvement in this. So there is co-management as well, so which will integrate with SCCM, on-premise SCCM. So then you can manage a device from SCCM or Intune. So it can do either one of the, you decide who's the management authority, whether you want to manage this particular device as in SCCM as a owner for this particular device, or Intune as a device. So you can share the functionalities of, let's say you for certain devices you want to do patching, you go with SCCM. You want to do application deployment, small level of applications, you do with SCCM. So you go with Intune. So it depends what you want and what the organization want, how they want to design it, and that depends on a lot of things. So you can set rules and configuration settings on personal devices and also company owned devices. So personal devices as in your personal mobile device or your personal laptop, so you can still manage, or your company still can manage company owned applications or company data to your personal computer or personal devices. So you can say, like, if you may get a doubt, let's say you might have a question like, if my company is managing something on my personal mobile, will it impact my personal data? No, it won't. So there is a layer forms between your company applications, as in Outlook, Teams, OneDrive, whatever. So if your company have different applications also, so, and your personal data, your personal operating, your laptop, your laptop or your mobile device operating system. So there won't be any cross information sharing between these company applications and your personal applications. So you can access in a single let's say Outlook app, you can access your personal email as well as your company email. So when you access your personal email, it will act as your just normal email. When you access your company email, so whatever the policies the company set, let's say password is required, your security should be up to date, and your mobile should have a number of password, number of letters as a password. It should be latest version of Android or iOS, whatever. So whatever company in rules set it, they should be followed. So you can deploy and authenticate apps on devices. So it could be on premises or mobile devices. Again, both you can manage personal and company owned devices. So So there's a big discussion nowadays. Like as I said, as initially before, I just want to bring that to everyone notice, to just see where is Intune standing, or if you compare Intune how it's growing. So this is the picture. So there was a survey conducted by a lot of other people. So it's not me present who get this information. There is somebody who wrote this information, and it was accepted by Microsoft, to be honest. So this is how Intune was in 2019. Intune was 5%. So and SCCM was 95%, and Intune uses increased 19% in 2020, and SCCM stands at 81. So 2021 and 2022, we see Intune reached to 50%. So why this massive change? This massive change came because of the corona effect. People looking for options to work from home. So everything happens via internet. So patches to be deployed over internet and everything. So everything is, so if a device is like work from home, there are a lot of things which you can't do with from SCCM. So that's where this. So if you ask me, will it go and change, like, so 70/30 is, will it go back like into 95 and SCCM 5%? I don't think so. Down 5 years or down 7 years, I don't think SCCM going below than this. Maybe it may go 60/40, but again, Intune needs a massive development in terms of what it can support, so what it can't do it. So there is a page, I mean, if anybody interested, go back and refer what Intune can't do. Okay, so there's Microsoft, it's a Microsoft documentation, it's not somebody else saying, Microsoft itself saying there are things which Intune can't do. But again, so if you ask me, Intune is a replacement of SCCM? No. If you ask me, Intune is advanced version of SCCM? No. Is it a cloud version of SCCM? No. These two different tools are designed for different purposes. Maybe they share some common purpose. It's not like completely separate entities. So they share some purpose. Let's say you can deploy application from Intune as well as SCCM as well. So, but which is better? If you ask me, as my experience, SCCM is far better than Intune. So can I go back and learn SCCM? You want me to learn SCCM if I already know Intune? No, you don't need to. So because it depends on company to company, project to project, so individual to individual, which is required and what is my purpose. That is very clear actually. So if you have a complete cloud solution, so your infrastructure completely in cloud, what do you do with SCCM? Okay, so you don't do so lot of things. If you have a on-premise and 80% on the premises, 20% Intune, you go with co-management, you manage with SCCM and Intune. So that will be a better solution. So it depends, again, as I said, right, organization to organization, company to company. So it depends on a lot of architects who design this, what is required for this project, what is required for this company. So that's what it's matter. So, but if you ask me, does Intune have a better job opportunities compared to SCCM? Yes, nowadays, yes, I should say that. So because it's a new booming tool, and there are a lot of companies looking for hybrid model to work from home, enable work from home. Let's say even post corona, I mean, if there is no corona actually, so let's say by end of 2022 there is no corona, nothing happens, everything goes good as of now, what we are saying it. So there might be chance, a lot of companies already, I mean, not majority of companies, but 5 to 6% are companies already declare like, yeah, you can work from home completely permanently. So there are companies thinking about the hybrid model, 3 days office, 2 days work from home, or 2 days office, 3 days work from home. The discussions are going on. So few companies are enabling it, few are thinking to enable it. So where we don't know where it stands, but I'm what I can hear is from most of the companies, they're thinking like, okay, so we'll go with hybrid, which gives an employee, gives for employees some certain freedom and whatever. So but I can say it will continue as a hybrid only. That's what I can see the trend. I'm not saying like this is my decision, that's somebody else's decision, but company to company it varies, but that is what we are saying. So people are very flexible towards hybrid model. So if that is the case, so you'll have a very good job opportunities in terms of Intune compared to SCCM. So yeah, so that's what it is. So I can see a very good future in Intune, but the tool needs to be matured. So I'm saying this as an Intune administrator. I'm working on Intune and I'm a technical trainer on Intune, but I'm saying this because Intune is not that mature. So SCCM is almost 20 years old tool, and whereas Intune is like 5 years in real time testing and everything, 4 years. So there are a lot of things which you can't do with Intune. You can't do MSIX package deployment, direct MSIX package deployment with Intune. You can't deploy larger applications with Intune, and you don't have a customization of an image in Intune. Where if you take an autopilot as an option, yeah, it's a very good feature of Intune. You can do autopilot, which will reduce a lot of things in terms of if you compare OSD operating deployment with SCCM and autopilot. Yeah, autopilot is a very flexible, easy solution. But when it comes to security, when a company wanted how an image should be, there is no customization of image and a lot of other things. So yeah, that is there. So that's what it is. So it's not fair to compare both tools because SCCM is a far mature solution. Intune is still yet that needs to be developed. But again, so if you ask me from now onwards, let's say from last 4 months or 5 months, the demand of SCCM is reduced and demand of Intune is increased. So in India, it's picking up. I would say it's not like there already, but if you go to Europe and US and these countries, Intune is already booming. So there is like 80% Intune, 20% SCCM. That's what it is. So so again, it depends on individual, but India also picking up. I would say India stands at 40% of Intune jobs and 60% of SCCM, but it's not far like we see Intune is overtaking SCCM. But again, it takes time to first tool has to mature, and then yeah, obviously. So I cannot say Intune will replace SCCM. That's never possible, at least for 5 years or 6 years of time. Yeah, with that, I just want to stop this demo. It's just a demo, so 30 minutes I think I've been talking about SCCM. So I'll open to any questions or anything if you have. I can answer if someone have questions, but there's a request. Okay, so this is a demo class. Don't ask me. Hold on. Durgesh, can you go on mute? So
Sir, SCM is main role for sorry.
Guys, hold on 1 minute. So I just want to request you guys for one thing. This is a demo class. Okay, don't ask me your existing infrastructure questions.
No.
I'm not telling you. I'm telling for everyone. So
okay.
So there are people who joins the class. Let's say I have an issue. Let's go and ask them. See, I don't mind to answer it, but it might not help for anybody. So in this group. So
okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm asking 90% these days companies asking for Intune. 90% companies. Without Intune, only SCM is not have provide any job application. That's why I'm asking this question.
What is your question?
These days, 90% all companies asking for Intune or Azure.
See, and Intune or Azure, there are two different things. What you can do with Azure is many things. It's a complete different environment. In Azure, you have 20 different jobs. Okay. So if you say like 90% companies are asking, so they are not asking only Intune.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so they're asking SCCM plus Intune. So
Intune, yes, yes, yes. I am asking that. So that is I am asking. Intune or CM plus PowerShell. Both are these are asking these days companies. Previous 2019 or 2020 companies asking only SCM. Nowadays, all companies upgrade the Intune. I think.
That's what it is. It's a transition phase. Okay, so
Okay.
companies see they, again the companies was using SCM, not was company using SCM, and they're migrating to clouds. So their infrastructure are migrating to clouds. So they're doing a transition from on-premises to cloud. So that's for everything, not only
Yes, 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 yes.
Intune and SCM, their applications, what is it, production servers and everything. They're migrating to infrastructure, to cloud infrastructure. So that is the reason they're asking SCCM plus Intune. So if you go and ask me, I want a job on Intune only, there are very few companies are giving a pure SCCM or pure Intune role. Even they may take you for the pure Intune role, but there is a co-management for sure, 100%. I can guarantee that. So yeah, it's a transition phase. So I don't think we can get a pure Intune job. So let's say at least for nowadays, maybe if you give end of 2022, there might be a pure Intune job, because still the company is transitioning from SCCM to Intune. Again, as I said, right, you can't replace in SCCM with Intune. That's for sure. You can't deploy a 10 GB application from Intune. That's next to impossible. Where if you go to SCCM, it's very simple. So you just distribute your application to distribution points and deploy it. That is very simple in SCCM. But can you dare to deploy a 10 GB application to 100 personal devices? That's next to impossible. So because it's over internet, and the cost of internet, the management of everything, downloading speed and everything comes into matter. So it's not possible.
Ram, sorry to interrupt. This is Mukesh here.
Yeah.
If you say about internet, okay, like you mentioned, 10 GB data will not be there on Intune, and internet comes into factor. But if you consider SCCM, still internet comes into factor, because see, if I'm working from home and my company is using SCCM and there's a 10 GB of data, or rather 10 GB of files which I have to transfer through SCCM. If you consider there's a big setup file which needs to be transferred, and it doesn't matter whether it goes on Intune or SCCM, because if my home internet connection is not good, it doesn't matter whether it is on SCCM or it is on Intune. Secondly, regarding distribution points, yes, I agree. There are distribution points in SCCM. Okay, but like we are migrating to Intune now. Half of our organization's devices are on Intune. Okay, and instead of Intune distribution points, we have started using config manager for that. Okay, which is replacing distribution point.
You
And
mean
myself,
CMG?
yeah, yes, CMG. We are using
Not config
CMG.
manager, it's cloud
Sorry,
management.
CMG. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are
Okay.
using CMG.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
And I'm the person who I'm creating applications on Intune also. So there are certain application size which are more than 1 GB or 1.5 GB. We are not facing any problem, and I don't think there is any setup file which is of 10 GB. So far I have not seen any setup file which is of 10 GB.
You didn't see, that's it. So see,
Yeah.
so I'll answer your question also, but you didn't see a 10 GB application. Take any SaaS application, how much size is, take SQL database, how much size of it.
Okay,
There
I
are
agree.
applications with more than 10.
I agree. I agree.
There are 16 GB applications as well. Which
I agree. 16 GB, 20 GB applications would be there.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely, if there would be a point where Microsoft will provide a better solution on Intune for larger files.
See,
right?
You mentioned about CMG you're using to deploy a larger application. So, you know, CMG is a combination product of SCCM, not Intune.
Right, agreed.
Yeah, so there is no direct way to deploy a larger application. It's not like direct way to deploy. So it's not recommended to deploy a larger application with Intune. But yeah, when you
Okay, what would be the reason? What would be the reason for not recommending it?
Because Intune never see. It's if you ask the same question to Microsoft, I'm not the correct person to answer that question. But if
No,
you
I
ask the same
understand. But
question to
if you are mentioning that it is not recommended, so I guess you might be aware why it is not
Microsoft not
recommended.
recommended. It's not what I'm recommended.
Okay, but there must be some reason, right? If it's not
That is
recommended.
what, that is the reason I mentioned. See, there must be a reason which you can't just we can't just ask a question. You ask me the same question, but I can't just ask the question to Microsoft, right? So because I don't work for Microsoft, to be honest. So
no, I understand you're not working
so
with
there
Microsoft, but as a
are
trainer, okay, you might be getting these kind of questions n number of times or multiple times, right?
see,
So there must be some answer, right? I also know that you're not working from Microsoft. Even I'm not working from Microsoft.
Yeah.
But there must be some reason why it is not recommended. If I'm saying that, just giving an example, okay, this is a road. I cannot drive on this road more than 100 kilometers, right? It is recommended to drive below 100 kilometers, but what is the reason to drive below 100 kilometers? There must be some reason. It is not any company saying, okay, you have to drive below 100 kilometers, but there must be some reason.
so Murgesh, when you're driving on a road, so which doesn't allow 100 kilometers, you can't directly call the road transport minister and say, boss, why I'm not able to drive 100? My vehicle is a
Maybe I'll call the company, right?
I'll come to, let me talk. Okay, let me talk. So I'll come to your question. Okay, you can't directly ask your road transport mission, say like I'm mean to drive 120, but my car supports it, but your road doesn't support it. Good road. That's not the question. But there is a reason. So if you go and ask the same question, I do ask this question to Microsoft. There is a page, as I said, which Intune can't do. There's a page completely a lengthy page. It's not like a one page. If you go and browse and what Intune can't do, there Microsoft clearly mentioned that we didn't test these scenarios.
Okay, now this was your answer, because previously you mentioned it is not recommended. Right now you mentioned
not recommended by Microsoft. That's what I'm saying. Right?
It is not recommended, but the right reason you gave right now, that okay, it is said by Microsoft, we have not tested.
You can't expect everything in detail and demo. Okay, I know it's a valid question, but see that was the thing which I want to give it to you. Okay, so
okay,
yeah, just give me a second. Someone buzzing, man. 1 minute.
Yeah,
I'll be on mute. I'll be on mute.
I think in right now there is a 8 GB application can be downloaded or deployed by Intune, right?
right.
Sorry to cut you out. It's 30 GB now. We can extend to 30 GB
30 GB.
with a request.
Is it 13
Used
or
to-
30?
30, 30.
Okay.
Right. So I think my question was valid.
Yeah, maybe they are not tested for the database to handle such kind of data, because if every company is deploying such huge softwares, maybe they have not that much of database.
Yeah, I'm fine.
LinkedIn போனேன்.
Hey guys, whoever not talking, can you go on mute? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, any other questions? Okay, no questions. Okay, that's fine. I will leave it to you guys then. Thanks for joining. So we'll keep in touch with you, and if you have anything, just any questions, just
Ram, main cast, when will be started?
we can start from Monday.
Start for Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
Which time? Same time?
So see, it's a lot of people actually asking. So we'll discuss with you. We'll reach out to you. Like we are thinking like we'll combine in a one batch or two batches. It depends on the available of your time and my time. We'll communicate to you, Kishore.
Hour or 2 hours? Hello?
Basically, it's again, it depends. We are actually having at least 15 plus requests for next batch. So we are
Okay.
thinking, we are coordinating with them what is the best fixed slot and what is the time they wanted for. So if you ask me 1 hour, 2 hour, I don't have problem to take 2 hours, which takes me less time to cover the course.
Okay. In
Just
case of
people to
class,
understand the 2 hours of class
Yeah.
also, right?
yeah, in case of class, you can case of Monday onwards, you can take me the real time class. You can fix the time 6 to 8 o'clock evening. In
Okay.
case that is my office time will be closed in 6:30. I will be joining at 6 o'clock, no problem. 6 to 8. Or this is the play, my request, my side request.
Sure, no problem. Thanks for the confirmation, Kishore. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Ram, would you share the index, what you are going to teach in this
We'll
class?
share it in an email, Dinesh.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. If no questions, if nothing is required, thanks for joining. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Ram.
Yeah. Thank you.